Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of TerraTech. And on tonight's episode, we are going to be continuing where we left off. But before we get to that, guys, I did have a great weekend over at the Renfest. And then I come back and I see that YouTuber of the week is me. So a big shout out goes to Payload Studio. They are an amazing company. The game is just fantastic to play. And the fact that they like it is a huge compliment, guys. It's absolutely a huge compliment. They like the videos. So without any further ado, guys, we're going to be getting into this one now. The last episode, we went into an R&D, and we did have a little bit of trouble, guys. I do not do very well with airplanes, but I tried my hand at it, and overall, I think we learned quite a bit. Now, in between that episode and this one, I did have a chance to go back and make some changes to our airplane, and it works amazingly well now. Now, I'm not going to say it's the greatest airplane ever made. I think there's tons of them out there already that do even better than what I have. But with that said, it actually does what it's supposed to, and it does a little bit more than it's supposed to. So let me go ahead and put down some power blocks because we need to get some battery power going here. Not that I think we're going to crash or anything like that, but I am very protective of this bot now that I actually have it flying, firing weapons. Even has repair bubbles on this thing to make sure it does not take too much damage. So it's going to take a little while for it to kind of kick in there, but eventually it will. There you go. Each one of these little pillars is protected, mainly for the fact that these propellers, or at least the Venture ones, I'm not really sure about these on the Hawkeye just yet, but the propellers on the Venture ones were so weak. They take like one hit, and I mean like the slightest impact, and they would just poof on you. So I don't want that happening, so I went ahead and just kind of doubled up on that. I also doubled up on these little rotary fans. These things were pretty cool on helping me get up. I know a lot of people were saying to take off those and to take off the rotors here in the back as well. I tried doing that, and it didn't really do anything. The comment that I have to give a lot of credit to was the one that let me know about the center of gravity, and that I wanted more weight in the back of my bot than in the front of my bot. At the very beginning, I guess the weight was so close together and actually a little bit heavier in the front that when we took off, it would just kind of pile straight down. And now, because there's a lot of weight in the back, if I boost this thing up, you can see it starts to lift up. We give it a second, and it takes off beautifully. It turns incredibly well. I think I have enough thrusters on there, the 5-way steering thrusters, as well as enough little wings on there that I can make this do pretty much whatever I want. I can make a nosedive. It has a lot of weapons on here too. I'm not firing any of them just yet. That's going to be the next run that we do. But you can get a nice little view of the weapons. It has the big heat seekers in the back, and then in the front, it has these smaller ones. Now, these smaller ones, some people may not like that much, but they fire so much faster, and they give off just as much damage, in my opinion, as the big ones do. I mean, I think the big ones are slightly more overall, but it's so close that I think you could get away with just using the small ones. You'd probably fire a lot more often, you'd probably hit your target a lot more often, and in the end, you're going to do just as much damage, I think, overall, if not more. And I think it freaked out on us, so let's go ahead and hit that return to checkpoint. There we go. Now, some of the other things that I put on here, let me go into build mode so you guys can get a little closer view of what's in here, is I did put on some of these little hover pads, these 0G plates. I don't know if they're completely necessary anymore. I was doing that when I was having the problem with this going straight down as a nosedive. I think I could probably get rid of these, but I'm going to leave them on there because as soon as we get done here in the R&D, kind of playing around a little bit and showing you what this thing can do, we're going to go take it out there into the real world in my actual gameplay. And I'm thinking as it goes over hills, it's going to be nice not to be going down as much. There's having this kind of push us over objects that we may be getting stuck in our wheels. So I'm going to leave them there for now, and that's the reason behind that. But I may take those off down the road. Now, I do have wheels under here. I think I lost a wheel right there, so let me go ahead and throw on another one real quick. Actually, we're going to leave that off for now, because I'd have to when I rebuy it. I did put batteries in little different kinds of places, and I had to sit there and mess with that, actually. The batteries kind of do throw off a little bit of the weight, and it makes handling this thing a little bit harder. So the placement of these batteries is not just kind of random. It is very thought out, and I had to put them in there to make it kind of work the way it did. Now, these 5-way steering boosters, those are pretty much random. I kind of threw those where I thought I had spaces for them to go, And from what I've been told, the further away from the center of your bot they are, the more they can actually do. So I did some here in the center just in case, and I did some out to the back. Really wanted the steering in the back and not the front. The front is where I was having all the issues. The front needs to have weapons on it. It needs to have as little as possible as far as weight goes, so it goes up as easy as possible. So yeah, I wanted to have all this stuff here on the back. And I did a dual layer back here to add even more weight, as well as having these thrusters back here, these rocket jets. They don't last for too long. You can see right here in the center where I have that almost that shark fin look to it. Underneath that, those are my fuel tanks right there. And I could do more fuel tanks. I could definitely add them here along the wing. It would kind of make them look a little weird, but it definitely is something I could do. I could even double up the wing that I have down here and put it up here on top, because I don't really have anything connected to these that I would necessarily have to have that way. The batteries are, but they don't need to be. They could be connected to each other and through this little block right here. So this whole wing could be replaced for a little bit more stability, but I didn't really want to mess with that too much because it is working, and it's working really well. So without any further ado, guys, let's actually take it up in the air and see how well we can destroy some of these dudes that they have been kind enough to set up for us. If we can take it up, come on, guys. There we go. There we go. So it does take a little bit longer than I would like, but once we're up, we can go ahead and fire some of these things, and you will see it will aim pretty well at them as it takes off. But yeah, it's... You know, these ones in the front, you can just hold them down. You can see just how much they will fire before they have to kind of stop. I think they get like 2 or 3 blasts in them. So we might be going too fast for most enemies, but with this kind of hit, I think we're going to do fairly well. I mean, we may have to come back and hit him again, but look at that. Look at that little guy down there. We just completely wrecked him. And we can hit them from way up here. We can go so fast, guys. So much faster than our helicopter. Now, the helicopter, I think, was one of my best flying designs I've ever made. I think I would still prefer that guy over this one just because of the maneuverability of being able to slow it down and turn on a dime. Like this guy, if he wants to go back and take that thing on again, he's going to need to make a pretty wide turn. Although he can turn pretty well, it's still going to take him a few minutes to do it, and he gets pretty low to the ground. I think it's because I'm forcing it to turn around as fast as I am. If I made that turn just a little wider, I don't think I would have that issue. Come on, go, 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 go. No, no, no. Oh, there we go. We're gonna crash. Oh, and I lost my wing, and I lost the propeller. Dang it. All right, let's put that back on. Even though I have shields on here, it is not invulnerable to the tides of luck here, or bad flying in my case. And we're too close to take off over here, so we're going to go back and try that one from the beginning again. Let's see if we can do this a little bit better. Now, as I said before, I don't have a lot of experience making these, and I have even less experience really flying them. So once we're in the air, it is something I have to get used to, something I have to kind of learn the mechanics of, because it is slightly different from being on the ground in a number of ways, but so close that it really isn't something you're going to notice, you know, right off the bat. It almost feels like it should be the exact same way as you controlling your bot, but then all of a sudden you do something and your bot just takes a nosedive. And the worse your design is, and I hate to use the word worse, but the least efficient, you know, or the less efficient your design is, the worse these controls are going to be for you. So if you can make it as balanced as possible, as you know, as much thrust as you think you need, and then add a little bit more, you're gonna be able to get through some of this whole lot easier than you would otherwise. And that thing has just gotten destroyed out there. So I think we're good, guys. I think this kind of shows off the ability. I can even stop midair, you know, let it come down a little bit, and then pick it up again, and it has that speed to immediately start flying again. My helicopter, it doesn't really have that capability. It does, you know, fly up in the air, but if I stop for even just a few seconds, the weight of the entire structure is just a tad bit more that it can lift up off the ground. So it will eventually come, you know, crashing to the ground, sometimes with a loud thump, sometimes, you know, very softly. In fact, let's see if we can land this sucker nice and soft. Oh, yeah. Okay, so, yeah, pretty well balanced. I think the wheels are going to have to be replaced almost every single time we land with that kind of weight on there. But, yeah, not too bad. So let's go into the actual gameplay where I have my bot standing by, waiting to purchase this guy. And, you know, the thing about playing it in the R&D versus playing it in the actual game is night and day different. So you will see things that work beautifully in the R&D. You get them out here in the regular game, and yeah, they just fall apart. They do not work. The hills get in the way. You know, they try to simulate it in the R&D as much as possible, but they're trying to give you a sterilized environment so that you can get those things working. But then you get out here where it's just all different. And yeah, you kind of have to make do with what you got. So 108,834 is the amount that I have to pay for that one. Thankfully, I have enough for that. And they're going to be delivering it. You're going to see a little mark on the ground wherever it's going to kind of land. I guess that's the place they chose, and it's big enough for it. So let's go ahead and click on it. Get over here. Now, it does not come fully charged, so if you need some batteries, make sure you have some nearby so that you could do that. Now, I have some nearby. Anytime I leave one of my bots back here, I always try to make sure that I have at least a little here. Now, this is probably not the best area for this guy to take off, but again, that's part of what I'm trying to accomplish here, is seeing how well it works. Now, I did put my propellers just slightly above where they need to be so they don't hit the ground. That is going to be an issue when it goes over hills like this. I didn't even think about that, but now I see that, and that's something I should have taken into account. But again, main reason of putting it into the real world is so I can see stuff like that. So if I build another one, I'm going to put it slightly above what I think it really needs to be. That way I don't have to worry about hills getting in the way. Yeah, it was not even a consideration when I was in that R&D. Let's wait until the bubbles are completely filled, or batteries, because those propellers are going to be taking some damage as we take off here. Pretty much the entire way. I don't see that ever stopping in this area unless we can find some salt flats. And I believe those might be salt flats over there, or it could just be too far away for me to really see in that distance. I think it's just too far away. That's why it's kind of fuzzed out like that. There are flats around here. I just don't remember in what direction. They might be over there, actually. Yeah, it looks like there's some blue crystals off to our right. So as soon as this is fully charged, we will head on over there. Now, there's not a lot of batteries on here, guys. But the batteries were lasting a long time because it wasn't taking any damage. But now that it is, those things are going to wear away so quick, probably before I even get over there to those salt flats, if I can even get over there in that distance. I'm going to see if I can take off from over here, because I want to see if that works. But at the same time, I almost don't want to destroy my bot, especially since the weapons it has on it are pretty much long range only. You can see right there, those propellers are already taking some damage. Let's see if we can take off. Oh, yes. Beautiful. Beautiful right there. Oh, he's a little too close. I kind of wanted him to be my first target. Let's see if we can swing back around. We'll make a Y turn over here, and then we'll swing all the way around if we can. Try to keep it level as much as possible. Try not to go full, like, sideways mode. It is turning. It just doesn't need to be that much. There we go. Oh, man, this is such a wide angle here. This is a little nuts. Oh, my God. Come on, turn. You could do better than that. The advantages of having a helicopter, guys. You get to turn on a dime. Not this guy. Not this guy at all. I may have just done a giant circle around him. Come on, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. You can do it. No. Oh, we're taking some damage. All right. Let's come back down, and we will put our wing back on. So turns, not his strong suit. Pretty much, if you got to turn, just bypass it, come back an hour and a half later. I didn't even put on a radar on this guy. That is an oversight I need to fix here. So let's land real quick, and let me throw on a radar, because we need one of those. If we're going to be going out really far in the distance, I need to be able to see where the enemies are. Let's go ahead and put that one down. Now, the differences between the different radars, I haven't found any. There might be some in the future. They might be adding, certain items. I know they came out with a radar a long time ago that was supposed to show you where resources were, but at the same time, it didn't work. So, I know that's where they're thinking about going one day, until they do get it down. And, I think those are like small touches. Those aren't it's not breaking the game. Those are extra details that they're throwing in here to make it even more enjoyable. They're constantly adding more and more things to this game that just blow your mind. Like this corporation right here. This was not in the original game. In fact, the original game, in its state that it had been out for a long time, that they've been making updates to it, and every week it seemed like they were making it better than it was before. And you know what? I think we're going to head over here to the Invader and see if maybe we can do just a drive-by, see how much damage we do. I don't think we're going to destroy him, because if I remember correctly, this guy had tons and tons of shields on, it's daytime, so yeah, probably not the best bet, but Can you imagine if this was multiplayer? You would have people flying around in airplanes. You'd have people flying around in, you know, the helicopters, tanks on the ground, venture speed buggies, all of them converging onto some of these massive invaders, seeing who could get the prize. You know, maybe the prize wouldn't be anymore just a little bit of coin and you know, the items you get off of it. I mean, those are great as it is, don't get me wrong, but when you start adding multiplayer, the people already have all those items. You know, they already have the, and this guy is really far out here. Jeez, man, this is we're flying pretty fast and we still haven't come up to this thing, so we'll have to see. But yeah, you know, you could make it something along the lines of when you destroy a bot, you get that special item that kind of pops above your bot, so you can make sure that you have a good chance of getting, unless you're one of those speed, you know, buggies that by the time it spawns, you're already a mile and a half away. Yeah, then you might run into problems there. Ooh, yes, let's see if we can get some of you, if we can turn fast enough. I don't see you yet, but it does. Yeah, that thing definitely saw him down there. Wow, we're so high up, I couldn't even see. They just blended into the ground. Let's see if we can stay a little lower. I actually want to make sure if we run across anybody else, we can give them a shot. Here we go. Here we go. Either that is mine or that is the invader. I'm guessing that is the invader, to be honest. Nope, that is mine. Okay, this is a good thing I did not fire at it. Jeez, we came out really far out here. And look at this. This thing is going to drop one over here. I don't think in time, though. Not in time. That might be a thing, actually, as well, that the enemies don't spawn fast enough for a plane. Like, if you're on the ground, they kind of see you coming. They try to drop the bots near where you're at. Maybe not right on top of you anymore, but they try to drop it near where you're at. That's going to be difficult when you're going this fast. But, you know, to get back to... There we go. Let's fire. Come on. Can you get some... Oh, yes! We got a little bit on that one. Didn't just quite destroy them. So overall... Oh, come on. Get turn. We can't miss the thing we came out here for. Come on. You could do it. White turn. White turn. Oh, no. You're not going to do... There we go. There we go. Fire. Fire. Correct yourself. Correct yourself. Oh, man. Jeez, that would have been beautiful to see it from his point of view, from flying by that, as like the guy who's controlling the base. Oh, you know what? That's what PvP should be. Capture the flag kind of thing, or defend the base. One person gets the ultimate base they have to defend. They only have so many blocks to repair or to replace other things with, and they're probably not the greatest of blocks to begin with. And then everybody else gets their bots that they get to come in here and attack. And maybe they only get so many bots to, you know, so many lives per person, or maybe they only get so many that they can repair with as well. And they got to see, like, who can whittle the other one down, you know, faster. I think that would be a really cool kind of gameplay. It would bring the community together against, like, one person, and that one person would obviously have a greater advantage. Oh, no, we're going to crash here. Let's go into build mode. Come on, build mode. There we go. And let's put our stuff back on. What did we lose there? We lost a wing. And I don't know if I have any of those wings, to be honest. Let's see. I don't think I've bought too many of them. So we need a left wing? Yeah, left wing right there. That should replace us. We're going to get stuck here on this pylon. We're going to get impaled, actually. So let's see if we can hit our thrusters. That will get us over it. And, oh, man, we're going to have to take off. And we're going to lose our angle on this thing yet again. That sucks. Yeah, it's really difficult to angle this thing just right. Okay, so let's put our thrusters back on. Let's see if we can start hitting this thing. I am going to try to slow down a little bit as we go over. Okay, so we destroyed one. We destroyed one. not the greatest of achievements, but we are completely and totally protected up here. So, you know, if you're looking for that overhead view, maybe an explorer bot of sorts that can still do some damage at times. Let's see. Oh, just slightly off. Holy crap. Yeah, you know what? We can come up here. We haven't done that yet. Yeah, let's see if we can do a circle around this guy. Come on, turn. You can do it. No? Maybe? A little bit? You don't want to turn that way. Okay, well, let's go back down. Let's see if we can get you right as rain here. Oh, yeah. It needs more... I don't know, more wings maybe? Maybe more wings could help it turn faster? Or maybe those... I don't think the thrusters, the 5-way steering thrusters, are what's doing it. I think if it was the helicopter, 5-way steering thrusters, definitely. Kind of pushes it in that direction. But having wings that you need to be able to turn... Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. Go up, go up, go up, go up. Fire! Fire, my friend! Oh, yes! Direct hit. Almost a bomber type run, except a little early. Yeah, maybe a trainee type bomber. And he needs a little bit more practice with his controls. Next time, he's definitely going to get it. I think we need to put some laser finders on here. In fact, let's give it a shot. Let's see if we can do a barrel roll. I actually want to see if this is even possible, or if it's going to just completely and totally come crashing down like that. Yeah, we're stalling out. We're stalling out. Come on, come on. Get in there. Get in there. Oh, no. We ain't going to do it. We ain't going to do it, guys. These droids are not powerful enough. Come on. Oh, we're taking some hits. All right, go back into build mode. There you go. And that is why I have those repair bubbles on there. So, yeah, not enough speed to do a barrel roll with this design. But definitely, I think something possible if you have enough of those thrusters on there, especially if you make like a base bot type thing. All right, let's see if we can get this guy. Oh, yes. Oh, you are dead, my friend. Actually, you're still alive. Holy crap. Yeah, you got some hit points, dude. I got to give it to you on that one. All right, let's see if we can do the invader again, maybe. If we can actually get it lined up. There we go. Not a bomber type run this time. Maybe. A suicider run maybe is on that one. No. We're going to take some hits here. Let's back it up. Let's back it up. Come on. You could do it. Get out of there. Get out of there. Oh, we lost a rotor. And it's actually still intact. We're gonna have to go up a little closer. I'm pretty sure I have none of those. Oh no, not that close. Not that close, my friend. Come on, let me grab it. Let me grab it and get out of here. This is gonna cost me more than a rotor. Come on, do it, do it. Oh, there we go. All right, we are out. We are out of that area. Now, I could always go with the Venture rotors, the propellers, but, to be honest, I'm not a big fan of those. They are relatively small, and I think that's the main reason I'm able to do a bot of this size versus before, because I do have bigger rotors to kind of play around with. So I need a Venture right wing. Okay, so that's good, because it's the only one I have left. I'll definitely have to buy some of those. They are within that shield, but yeah, they take the damage too easy. They're the same thing as the rotors. They just have no hit points on them whatsoever. Let's see, can we get up? Can we? Oh, yes. It launches beautifully. It just doesn't turn very well. I think that's going to be... Oh, my God. Yes. So if we're in that butter zone of being not too high, not too low, the weapons lined up exactly where they need to be, we completely and totally decimate these guys. However, if you're just a little off, it is hard to control. Maybe they could come out with a, I don't know, like a self-auto-locking feature onto the enemies. Like if you're looking at them long enough and they're in the, general vicinity of your targeting arrow, it locks onto them and like stays locked onto them after you fire. That way, these missiles that you have, which would make this bot just unstoppable, even with bad aim, if it could lock onto them for you. And there's some enemies over here that didn't show up on the map. Let's see if we can get them. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, the ones in the front, again, I think are the main reason we're doing most of the damage. They do heat seek onto them. They do have a laser finder as well, but I think it's more along the lines of giving you a guidance of where you might be shooting. I don't think it actually locks onto the enemy as of yet, so that could be something they add, could be something they're thinking about. The missiles, in my opinion, are already way too OP as far as damage goes, but if they could make it where they do less damage, but at the same time make it where, you have to, you can lock onto them, like, I think that could be a really, really cool feature. Now, let's see, we're going to come down as a nosedive, straight down, guys, straight down. Kind of overshot them a little bit. And pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. Oh, okay, so that does work. It does work. I think you need to pull up long before you actually get there. And then the nosedive needs to be like a good 20 or 30 feet before you think you're going to do it, because it does take you a little bit of time to line that up. There we go. Pull up, pull up, pull up. Oh, my God, we're not going to make it. Oh, well, I think we hit a little bit, actually, on that one, but we did pull up, and we did a fair bit of damage to him. Oh, man, I love this thing. This thing is amazing. Oh, no. What did I do? Now we've turned into a helicopter. I think that's exactly what we are right now. We got the rotors on the top. We're kind of doing a helicopter build here. Not what we need at the moment. Oh, and we lost it. Dang it. Yep, that one is gone for good. But we're still able to turn. Not as efficiently, I bet, but we're still able to go. In fact, it feels like we're going a little bit faster. That could just be my imagination, because I doubt one wing adds on that much weight. But, I say that knowing the way it used to be. I tried this when the whole thing first came out, when you had the airplane parts kind of introduced into the game, and you trying to make like a helicopter or something. Adding one repair bubble made it so heavy that before it could take off like nobody's business and fly all over the place, afterwards it was too heavy to take off. So one item did make a huge difference on what you could do with your bot and what you could carry on it. You had to be very, very picky about just what you were going to take along with you. And most of the time, the batteries and the repair bubbles, they didn't make it along. So these things, that's how I know for sure they're way more powerful, because now you can carry those with you. It's either that they're more powerful, or they've lowered the weight allowance on all this stuff. And I don't think that's the case, because if anything, my base bots have gotten heavier and heavier as time has gone on, causing my wheels to get overloaded more and more, causing you to get stuck. And I've noticed that quite a bit. So yeah, I don't think they've gone easier on you on that route. I think they've just given you more, power to your rotors and to your propellers than ever before, so that you can experience, a flying bot in all its glory once you've unlocked it. That's the hard part on this one, is actually getting to the ability to unlock. You got to work your Hawkeye, man. You got to go in there, and some of the quests you get are not easy. Go off and kill, I think, what was it, 20 or 30 venture bots? That sounds easy enough. I mean, killing venture bots, that's not too hard by the time you get to that stage. The hard thing is finding them. I mean, you could have some really bad luck with just running across ventures, and that's exactly what it did for us. And I think it took us a good 3-4 hours of searching just to find that many venture bots, and you are gone, my friend. Oh, yeah. Holy crap. Look at the lights down there. That's beautiful. I love how they're throwing more lights into the game. They need to definitely add a lot more of that. Maybe not too much. I don't want to go overboard with it. I don't want everything looking like a neon sign everywhere you go, but yeah, definitely at night, it is quite barren out here. And, that little tidbit, that little tiny amount of lights that they add to the game. What is this guy? This guy actually has a shield on. Holy crap, oh, this is mine. I was like, what? They have a helicopter bot out here? Am I about to do the first aerial battle that I've ever had? That would be amazing. I don't know how well we would do. I think the locking on of the missiles in some way would definitely help out with aerial battles. I think that would make it more of a possibility. And with something like this, if you just went bigger and bigger, I think you could make an aerial base and maybe launch vehicles from it if there was a way to kind of lock onto those pieces. And we've kind of talked about that, creating like hitches that would give you the ability, oh, we got to get out of here, give you the ability to kind of attach and detach things fairly quickly to your bots. Having that in an aerial base would definitely give you that ability to have like helicopters kind of hitched up, and then at a moment's notice have one of your friends kind of join the game, almost like 2-player, 3-player, 4-player. And I wish it would stop changing my camera angle for me. There we go. Yeah, and then be able to like take off on one of those vehicles that you have on there, whether it's going to be a helicopter or an airplane, or perhaps even like a tank design that you have with boosters down there on the bottom, ready to just kind of fall to earth, take that damage initially, but immediately recover from that and set forth and just start wrecking people's faces. I think all of these ideas could change the game into this multiplayer PvP or player versus environment, like group operative kind of thing, in ways that would really kind of make the game shine in just a direction they haven't gone in. Again, I don't know if that's the direction they're going in. I just like to spitball on when I try out a new design, a new bot, I can kind of see where it could go with that. And, who knows? It could be the direction they're thinking about, or maybe they're thinking about something completely different. And that's the beauty about playing games like this, is you get to see somebody else's point of view on a video game. It's the same thing when you read a book. Their storyline, it might be exactly what you would have chosen to write about, but it could also be something very different, and therefore you get that kind of unique perspective, an idea, a story that you never quite, grasp, or never quite, had the concept for. And, I'm just thankful that I was able to play a game like this that has over time changed and evolved and become what it is. And what it is you can make anything you want. anything that you have the desire to make. If you want to make a flying turtle, it is within your power to make a flying turtle. It may take you a long time to figure out the physics and the aerodynamics of that flying turtle and the weight proportions, but it is definitely possible. Everything you want to do in this game, as long as you don't mind it being somewhat blocky, because that's, the aesthetic they're going for in this one, then you'll be fine. And for the blocky aesthetic, I actually like that. I mean, Minecraft is a hugely successful game, and theirs is blocky, and it's one of those things that, for whatever reason, a lot of people have grasped onto and said, I like the way this looks. Just like the old 80s games that have that side-scrolling kind of view. I still greatly enjoy games like that. I still find them very aesthetically pleasing, even though they're not state-of-the-art graphics or anything. They still give you, that unique perspective, that unique look that people still find very fondly and enjoy, even people who didn't grow up with it. So yeah, I think it's just one of those genres and one of those types of looks, and this one definitely grasp onto that. You can see like the aerodynamic of the wings splitting the air, and like the chemtrails back there. maybe not chemtrails. We don't have any of those on our bot just yet. No, oh man, biological weapons in this one. Maybe some kind of like acid you could launch from your ship and just have it like sprinkle down on the bots below you, doing some kind of like damage over time, area effect, sludge to slow them down, ice particles maybe to freeze them in place. Ooh, that guy would have gotten wrecked if he hadn't gotten blown up with the first initial volley. Jeez, yeah, this thing is nice. I definitely like it. I like my plane. I think on the next build though, I am going to try some Halloween stuff, guys. We're going to go in and probably do a little bit of like pumpkins, maybe some ghost. I don't want to give anything away just yet, but you guys will have some Halloween stuff to kind of keep you company during these holiday seasons. As always, guys, I want to thank you all for watching. I'm AC Gamer, and I will definitely catch you all next time. Hey guys, and welcome to the disembodied voice of AC Gamer. We are definitely going to be doing a lot more series in the future, but here are a few of them that you guys might find interesting. Of course, you're more than welcome to check them out. I would love to hear your comments. Again, if you do enjoy these videos, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. It's definitely the indicator that I use to tell if you guys want to see more videos like that, of that particular game style, of that series in the long run. So when you guys leave comments down, it helps me decide whether we should keep doing it, as well as whether you want to see games like that in the future. And here are a few of them right here. I kind of picked out a few of different genres. We will be doing spotlights for other YouTubers in the future. So if you want to get a little shout out, definitely let me know. If you group with me, chances are you will get a shout out in here eventually. But for now, these are just 4 series that I have that I feel like could use a little bit more attention, and that you guys might actually enjoy as well. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we will definitely catch you all next time.